The car that changed everything was the Porsche 917/30. It was a machine designed for one purpose: absolute domination on the racetrack. Built by Porsche in the early 1970s, this car was unlike anything that had come before it. It was lightweight, powerful, and engineered with one goal in mind: to go faster than anything else on the track.
The Porsche 917/30 was developed for the Can-Am Racing Series, a competition known for its almost unlimited rules when it came to power and design. Unlike Formula One or Le Mans, where regulations limited what manufacturers could do, Can-Am allowed engineers to experiment with extreme aerodynamics, massive engines, and groundbreaking technologies. Porsche took full advantage of this. Under the hood, the Porsche 917/30 had a 5.4-liter twin-turbocharged flat 12 engine that produced an astonishing 1,580 horsepower in qualifying mode. To put this into perspective, modern Formula One cars produce around 1,000 horsepower. This made the Porsche 917/30 one of the most powerful race cars ever built. But power alone wasn't what made it dangerous. It was the way this power was used.
The car's aerodynamic design allowed it to cut through the air with minimal resistance. Its lightweight frame, combined with its massive turbocharged engine, gave it an acceleration that no other car at the time could match. On long straights, it could reach speeds of over 240 miles per hour, 386 km/h, a number unheard of in endurance racing at the time. It was fast to fast, and that's when the problems began.
The Porsche 917/30 was so dominant that it made every other competitor in the Can-Am series look slow. In the 1973 season, it was almost unbeatable. Behind the wheel, drivers like Mark Donohue pushed the car to its absolute limits, setting records that would stand for decades. In one race after another, the Porsche 917/30 destroyed the competition, winning by enormous margins.
But with extreme speed came extreme danger. The car's massive power made it difficult to control, especially on turns. Drivers had to be incredibly precise because even the smallest mistake at such high speeds could result in disaster. The twin-turbocharged engine delivered power so aggressively that the car could suddenly lose traction, making it unpredictable and incredibly dangerous to drive. The racing world began to take notice. Officials and competitors started to question whether a car this powerful should be allowed to race. Other teams simply could not compete. The Porsche 917/30 was so dominant that it threatened to kill the competition, making races one-sided and predictable. But the biggest concern was safety. Racing at speeds of over 240 miles per hour in a car with minimal driver protection was a recipe for disaster. Officials feared that if something went wrong, the results could be catastrophic. The Porsche 917/30 had pushed the boundaries of speed too far, and soon, rule changes would bring its reign to an end. The Porsche 917/30 had proven itself to be the fastest and most powerful race car of its time, but its dominance came at a cost. Competitors were struggling to keep up, and race organizers were growing concerned about safety. Something had to change. In response to the overwhelming performance of the Porsche 917/30, the Can-Am Racing Series introduced new rules for the 1974 season. These rules targeted fuel consumption, effectively limiting the power of turbocharged engines. The Porsche 917/30, which relied on its massive twin-turbocharged flat 12 engine, was no longer allowed to compete at its full potential. This was a direct move to slow down the car and level the playing field. But the rule changes were not just about competition. Safety concerns had reached their peak. The incredible speed of the Porsche 917/30 meant that even the smallest mistake could be deadly. Officials feared that the car's power was simply too much for the tracks and technology of the time. If an accident occurred at the speeds the 917/30 was capable of, the consequences would be severe. With the new restrictions in place, Porsche decided to withdraw from Can-Am Racing. The Porsche 917/30, the most powerful and dominant race car of its era, was effectively banned. It had been too fast, too powerful, and too advanced for the competition. The racing world had been forced to step in and stop it before something tragic happened. But even though the Porsche 917/30 was banned, its legacy would never be forgotten. It remains one of the most legendary race cars in history, a machine that showed the world what was possible when engineers were given no limits. It was a car that had changed racing forever. Even though the Porsche 917 30th was banned from Can-Am racing, its influence did not disappear. The lessons learned from this incredible machine shaped the future of motorsports. Engineers now understood the true potential of turbocharging, and this technology would go on to dominate racing in the following decades. One of the most direct impacts of the Porsche 917 30th was seen in Formula One. Just a few years after its ban, F1 teams began experimenting with turbocharged engines, leading to the creation of some of the most powerful F1 cars in history during the 1980s turbo era. The same principles that made the 917 30th so dominant: lightweight design, high horsepower, and advanced aerodynamics became the foundation of modern race car engineering. Beyond Formula One, turbocharging became a staple in endurance racing, rallying, and even street-legal supercars. Porsche itself continued to develop high-performance turbocharged engines, leading to the creation of iconic models like the Porsche 911 Turbo. The knowledge gained from the 917 30s development helped Porsche build faster, more efficient cars for both racing and everyday driving. But perhaps the most lasting legacy of the Porsche 917 30th is the debate it sparked about performance limits in racing. Even today, motorsport governing bodies struggle to balance innovation with safety. Every time a new car pushes the boundaries, officials must decide where to draw the line. The Porsche 917 30th was a car ahead of its time, a machine that showed what was possible when engineers were given complete freedom. But with that freedom came risks, and ultimately, the car was deemed too fast for its own good. Its story serves as a reminder that in the world of motorsports, speed will always be a double-edged sword. The story of the Porsche 917 30th doesn't just live on in racing history, it also serves as a cautionary tale for engineers and drivers alike. The car demonstrated the sheer power and potential of motorsport innovation, but it also highlighted the responsibility that comes with pushing the boundaries of performance. Racing is as much about control as it is about speed, and the 917 30's overwhelming force was a reminder that unchecked power can lead to disaster. As we look at today's modern supercars, the influence of the Porsche 917 30th is still felt. Cars like the Bugatti Chiron, Koenigsegg Jesko, and Tesla Roadster continue to push the limits of speed and performance, reaching top speeds that were once thought impossible. But while these cars benefit from modern safety features, advanced technology, and more stringent regulations, the lessons learned from the 917 30th continue to shape their design. The Porsche 917 30th remains a symbol of what can be achieved when engineers push past all boundaries. Yet, it also serves as a reminder that the pursuit of speed must always come with a responsibility to ensure safety and fairness. The car was banned not because it wasn't impressive, it was banned because it was too impressive, too dangerous for the time. The racing world was forced to find a balance between raw power and safety, a balance that continues to define the sport today. While the 917 30's career was cut short, its impact is still felt in the racing world, and its place in automotive history is forever secure. It was a car ahead of its time, and though it was banned for being too fast, it changed the face of motorsports forever. This was the story of the car that was banned for being too fast. The Porsche 917 30th, a true masterpiece of engineering, a legend that still fascinates motorsport enthusiasts, engineers, and car lovers around the world. And as we continue to push the boundaries of technology, we can only wonder, what will the next fast car look like?
The Porsche 917 30th was more than just a race car, it was a statement. It proved that with the right engineering, there were almost no limits to what a machine could achieve. Its dominance in Can-Am racing was so extreme that the sport had to change its rules just to keep up. It was not just banned, it was feared. Even today, the Porsche 917 30th remains one of the most powerful race cars ever built. Its legacy lives on in the turbocharged engines of modern race cars, in the pursuit of ever faster lap times, and in the ongoing debate about how far motorsports should go in the name of speed. It stands as a testament to human ingenuity, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The 917 30th was ahead of its time. It was banned for being too fast, but in the world of motorsports, being too fast is sometimes the greatest achievement of all.
If you enjoyed this video and love hearing about legendary machines, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world of racing and high-performance cars. Do you think cars today are too fast for their own good? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to share this video with other motorsport fans who love stories of speed, power, and innovation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.